2024. Pledge of allegiance. Well, wait, the roll call thing, it's so weird to me, but let's do it anyway. Everybody just acknowledge that you're here, please.
Take time.
Dennis Smith.
Sure, Peters. Diana Larson and Tanya Wilson. Okay.
Move the flag.
Yes. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I will entertain a motion to approve the agenda that we received.
I make a motion to approve the agenda.
All those in favor of approving the agenda we received, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. I will entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda. Any questions anybody have or anything? If not, I'd entertain a motion to approve them. It includes the minutes of the regular meeting and the financial reports for August.
I make a motion. Okay, I make a motion to approve the consent agenda and the financial reports. And
It's all in there.
Okay,
I was
yeah.
saying
Okay.
all included. Sorry.
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say no. Great. Move on to public comments. I didn't grab that.
No, there's no.
There's public comments. Okay. We're just gonna move right along. Under unfinished business, we have an action item. Last month we received the board bylaws, addition of confidentiality article. This is the second reading. We can vote to approve them, to add it to the bylaws. Was there any need for further discussion on that? If not, I will entertain a motion to approve that bylaw addition.
I make a motion to approve the addition of Article 4 to the bylaws. I'll second that.
All right, the motion is to approve the addition of confidentiality article. You said that was Article 4.
Yeah.
I got it. I just don't have it right in front of me. Thank you. We'll take a roll call vote on that. Becky?
Yeah.
Dennis?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Diana?
Yes.
Tanya, yes. All right. New business. Roslyn has given us a copy of the 2025 budget, which is not in our packet, so this is the first time we're seeing it. Robin?
Okay, so yeah, this is the first draft, and we have several opportunities to read through this. And just a reminder, we have a work session already planned, October 9th, and I hope you noted it's going to be at NRC, because this room is booked, but they have the space over there, so we'll do it, which is great. It'll be a cool new environment to do one or more meetings in. So anyway, I gave you that in your packet. I did give you just a general overview of the kind of things that are in these lines that you're seeing, so that can help inform when you're seeing the numbers what that entails. And as you can see, the budget, it will show you what last year, or the current year that we're in, what was allotted on each of those lines, and then the year prior to that, so that you can see the year-over-year comparison. So basically, as you look through this over the coming weeks, just if you would like to go ahead and send me any questions that you have via email, then I can have all of that prepared and ready to go over during the work session. But I mean, at this point, you just got it and you're looking through it. Do you have any questions on what you're seeing, or on the overview that I gave you from your packet?
What percentage is the employee increase? Like when they get their performance increase, if they meet those, what percentage?
The market value increase is 3%.
Okay.
Right. And
Plus
then
their performance.
plus performance. And then there are a few, remember when Pat reported out a few months ago, there were a few folks that once we did the market value minimum adjustments, they need to be brought to that. if they're still not there after they receive the 3% and the whatever performance pay is due to them.
And is this a guess on the health insurance, or will we get is this a pretty strong number on the health insurance renewal?
It's an estimate. They
It's an
don't give us
and we
numbers
don't get it
until mid-October.
November, right?
Mid-October, they usually
Okay.
come out with rates.
Okay.
We basically, by the time we really go to approve it in November, we know exactly we know what it'll be, right?
But I may not even have revisions for the October 9th work session,
Sure.
so
Okay.
we'll do the best we can with that. So, okay.
Thank you.
Yes.
Anything else on first glance? Yeah, as Robin said, just send for any questions that you have. She'll refrain from responding in email. She'll bring all of that information with her to that first work session that we do. And then based on that work session, we'll kind of discuss, hey, do we think we can kind of get this more squared away with some more discussion at the regular October meeting? Or do we want to schedule potentially another work session to get this kind of hashed out? So we'll kind of take everything from that October work session and move forward on that at that point. Okay, we'll move on. Reports.
Oh, that's me. All right. Okay. We had some hires and transfers in August. Abigail Salinari is moving from the Harrisonville branch to Garden City as a sub. We hired Julie Dennis here at the genealogy branch as a 12-hour library assistant. Elizabeth Eccles was hired at the Northern Resource Center as a 12-hour library assistant. Jill Root was hired here at the Harrisonville branch, 20-hour library assistant. And Kathy Ray went from being a sub at Garden City to their new 20-hour youth specialist. We do have current openings. Harrisonville has the vacated 30-hour position, and NRC is still looking for a second 12-hour library assistant. And I don't know about the IT specialist. Is that posted? We've reposted the IT specialist position, so hopefully that has a better outcome.
Next month.
Yeah. With some of those hires also on here, I've noted that we've, with Rhonda and Pat's help, updated and sort of standardized our onboarding documents and training checklists so that we can try to make sure everybody's doing and saying and learning the same things. If you haven't seen Harrisonville's juvenile area, Shannon and a bunch of people worked real hard to move that around, and it looks really nice and has better skills and I think even more stable shelving, so which is good in a kids area. And we've got a date for the Winter Reading Challenge. It's going to be December 15th through February 28th this year, and the theme is Get Your Mitts on a Good Book. Because of mittens and stuff.
Awesome.
Okay. Back earlier this year, I want to say late winter, early spring, we had some sewer pipe issues at Pleasant Hill, and there were some backups that we had to take care of. And taking care of that, we realized that we have a crack, and that's more towards the street area. So that's the background. We planned to wait until the fall to get that repaired because we didn't want to impede on Pleasant Hill's summer. Because we're gonna have to close it during the repair for part of the time.
Yeah.
So that is coming up. It is now getting into fall, so we're looking probably a couple of days in October, getting that done, and then we'll. I think we may only have to close the branch one of the days that it's being done, but we're planning for that. The Royal Street Annex, they have an updated timeline for their garage door modifications. That work's supposed to begin next Wednesday. And so basically, like the first 3 days are going to be working on demolition. The next week is going to be primarily the concrete work and the framing. And then they'll finish up by Tuesday, the 8th of October, with getting the door in with the opener. And then we should still be able to get outreach services in there because they're ready. So as soon as we say go, they should be over there and working out of there then, and then we'll work on the upstairs part for IT. Yeah. So, but all that's going really well. And then I also have an update on the exploration library. I'll go ahead. I'll pass this around. This is what we're getting ready to add to it. It is utilizing things that we already had. We had it's an oral history kit, and it basically it has that digital recorder. Um, Yes, and like a guidebook with sample interview questions, kind of like a how-to, if you wanted to record someone's, like do an interview with them. And then we're also, right now, we're waiting on, we've got a book to go in there as well, that is on order. So once that comes in, that'll live in genealogy, but it'll circulate throughout. It can be put on hold just like all the other items in the exploration library. But in general, right now, the Exploration Library has 105 kits in total. Okay. And of all of those, we've circulated um, all of them at some point 348 times for the library as a whole. So if you remember, our target for the strategic plan is to circulate 600 at least by 2026. So we're on track to do that. The most popular kits are the STEM kits, and if you remember, those are the ones we actually really started with. We have 21 of those, so that's what the bulk of what we have is, and those in and of themselves have circulated 185 times. We have the most volume of board games, and that's really only because we're cataloging the games we already had, Garden City had. And so those essentially have the second highest circulation in the Exploration Library at right now at 58 circulations. But we have 88 board games cataloged so far. And Tech Services is still working through that. I think they're getting close to being able to wrap it up. And I had talked to Sarah, as she thought about maybe one day when Garden City is closed, just having her staff, like they just go and just work out of Garden City and get the rest of those knocked out. But even the items with the least circulation, so for example, the fiber arts kits, the ukulele, and the ghost hunting kits, those are still actively being circulated consistently. There's just less of them, so they can only go out so much. But all three of those are still somewhere between 12 and 15 circs for the kits. So it's doing well. We're still trying to be purposeful with what we add to the library and make sure it kind of fits in and that it would meet an interest or a need. And in the case of that, we're getting to use something that we already had that wasn't being utilized. And so we're hoping if we package it in this way and we promote it, then maybe there's interest for it to be used. But that's kind of where we're at with that. Does anyone have any questions about the Exploration Library?
Really great. Questions are magnificent.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty
Who
neat.
came up with those?
Sarah, Tech Services, yeah. She's the one who let me know that we didn't, like, we had that and it wasn't being used, and what did I want to do with it? And so we just kind of got to talking, and she was like, it would be very easy for me to turn this into a kit.
So now, just on that one there, so they're recording it on the recorder. How can they take that in this? Does it have their own like thumb drive or something that they can take and have that information?
That's right here.
Yeah, there's instructions in
Ways
there
to hook it
for,
up to your computer and download the file.
yeah.
I was wondering the same thing too, so.
Because it's such a cool idea, like for kids to be able to interview like their grandparents or something. But one of the
Right.
things about them that, you know, over time you kind of forget but if you have it recorded, then you
In
can
their
go back.
voice,
Yeah, and it's
too.
in their voice, yeah.
Yeah, we were brainstorming all kinds of ways that you could use that beyond just what you would even just think of right away.
Yeah.
I always love to get the teachers in the schools to make assignments for the kids that they have to do something, and they have to come to us to get what they need to do it. So there's one idea right there.
That's
But
awesome. I like it. Cool. Thank you for that update.
Mhm.
We move on. Anything for the trustees to report? I don't think there is. There's been no foundation.
We don't have a
no
meeting
meetings,
until
so-
October.
So, well, the regular meeting we have completed. I would entertain a motion to recess to executive session for legal and real estate.
Make a motion that we recess to executive session for legal, Missouri statute 610.021.1 and real estate statute 610.021.2.
I'll second that.
We will take a roll call vote to recess to executive. Becky?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Sherry? Yes. Diana?
Yes.
Tanya? Yes. I think all it was a very short and sweet meeting. And